for your time this morning.
Thank you so much.
Like I said, many people may not know that a day like this exists to actually, because it is a big deal. I mean, to just tell us about how right is it? Are we still safe? Is it many kids, many adults?
Yes, actually, stuttering occurs more than we actually know, because there are different types of stuttering. So some kids, when they hit the age of 3 years, and they learn the language, then they start to stutter. But some other kids, they have word-finding difficulties where they are learning the new languages and they don't know the words, and then they seem to stutter. So it can be a symptom of something else. And then you get that you are an adult, you do not stutter, and then you get involved in a car accident, for example, and then you have what we call a neurological stuttering, where your stuttering is actually caused by a brain dysfunction. I mean, sometimes you go through a trauma, like you get raped or something that's something psychological, and then you find yourself that you're having what we call psychological stuttering. So stuttering is actually across the spectrum and can occur at any age range, actually.
Is it something that's also genetic or hereditary?
Yes, sometimes more often than not, when your parents stutter, you get that your kids might stutter. And also some findings have actually said that if your parents got over the stuttering, your child stands a good chance of actually getting over the stuttering. So, but actually no one actually knows the cause of stuttering. It's actually the difference in your brain structure that actually results.
And like you said, if it happens later on, something that changes.
Yes.
That causes a little bit of problem. So how would you know? And I suppose a lot of parents, like you said, you watch your child from the age of 3 years starting to develop the language properly. How would they know that this is just a learning difficulty? It is just temporary, or that it is a stutter? At what age then after that do you realize this is something that
I can't give a specific age, but what I can say is
Well,
if your child starts to stutter, monitor it for like 6 months. And then if that doesn't get resolved, because if they are learning a language and they start to stutter, then monitor them for 6 months. And if they then continue, then seek help from a speech therapist. It is good to seek a speech therapist early, because if we find it early, then we can work, because stuttering, like you said, comes with a lot of emotional, there's bullying. So if you get a child at a younger age, it is more effective to do therapy. Yes, it's effective to do therapy with an adult, but you are more teaching them on compensatory, and sometimes you do teach them on the flow of speech. Because if you look at stuttering, you can find that the child has got repetitions where they repeat the word, or they have prolongation where they prolong a certain word. So instead of saying shop, they go like sure. And then sometimes they do what we call blocks, where the speech blocks, and you know what the child knows what they want to say, but it's just a block. So so how it would happen is that a speech therapist would actually conduct an assessment. You do like a reading assessment if it's someone who's older, and a speech assessment, so that you can see exactly where is the breakdown.
And do you find that it's often a stutter? Sometimes you will find that it's just one letter.
Yes, it happens. Yes, it happens. Sometimes it's letter specific, some of the letters, because as speech therapists we are taught to deal with a letter we know, like saying for instance, it's like a sonorant. How you need to say that sound, your tongue must touch your palate. So some will have a specific letter where if I have to say and if you're an adult, you're like, I can't say So instead of saying a word that starts with I would say another word. So yes, you work around.
So kids that you see are my ignorant kids, and what you hear in your circle. Kids and adults, older kids as well, I suppose, who do stutter. Do they necessarily need to go to a different school? Can they still be in a mainstream school and cope with that? How does that work now?
They can be in a mainstream school, because if they see a speech therapist, the speech therapist will teach them coping mechanisms. One, to deal with bullying, and some of the things that people don't know about speech therapists. We actually work in schools to go there. If I see a child privately or in a school publicly and they stutter, one of my roles as a speech therapist is to actually educate the teachers, the class, so that the child doesn't have to feel that stressed. And then you give them therapy. So you don't just work on the child, but you also work on their environment.
In most cases, they can work. In most cases.
Yes. Or because also stuttering differs in severity. So when you do your assessment, you know how severe the child is. And then depending on the case, you either opt for a normal school or opt for a special school, but a child with status, chances 90% of the time they can go to a normal school.
Thank you very much. Very interesting discussion. This I must encourage you to speak therapist. Just chatting to us on International Stuttering Awareness Day. If you don't know that, what stuttering is. Well, here's the story now. The smile on your face.